The story of that Christmas begins on a frosty December morning in Winter's Hollow, a picturesque village nestled amidst rolling hills and snow-dusted evergreens. The town is alive with the bustling energy of the holiday season, its cobbled streets glowing under the warm light of lanterns as shopkeepers prepare for the annual Christmas market. The camera glides through this enchanting scene, capturing the cheerful chatter of townsfolk, the scent of freshly baked gingerbread wafting through the air, and the melodic strains of carolers singing in harmony. Yet beneath this festive veneer, subtle tensions and unspoken longings ripple through the lives of the villagers. In a small but cozy home on the edge of the village, we meet Ruby, an imaginative and spirited 8-year-old with a mop of unruly curls and an insatiable curiosity. Ruby's world is both simple and complicated. She treasures her family but senses the cracks that have formed over time. Her father, a musician, has been touring abroad for months, leaving Ruby and her overworked mother, Sarah, to manage the household alone. Sarah, voiced by Jodie Whittaker, is kind and loving but often distracted, juggling the demands of her career as a local journalist while trying to shield Ruby from her own exhaustion. As Ruby pens her heartfelt letter to Santa, her wish is strikingly straightforward. She wants her father home for Christmas, and more importantly, she longs to see her parents laugh together like they used to. Unbeknownst to Ruby, her letter will become the catalyst for a series of events that ripple through the town. As she drops it into the glowing red postbox near the square, a gust of wind carries the envelope skyward, a moment rendered with breathtaking animation as the letter swirls among snowflakes and vanishes into the winter sky. This seemingly magical moment is accompanied by a subtle musical cue, hinting that her wish has set something extraordinary in motion. Meanwhile, across the village, another story begins to unfold. Mr. Cavendish, a retired schoolteacher voiced with gruff tenderness by Brian Cox, is introduced as the quintessential holiday curmudgeon. Since the passing of his wife several years ago, he has isolated himself from the community, his days a monotonous routine of feeding birds and reading alone in his dimly lit study. The townsfolk regard him with a mixture of pity and wariness, often speaking in hushed tones about the old man on Ivy Lane. However, the arrival of Ruby into his life marks the beginning of an unexpected transformation. Their first encounter, sparked by a simple act of kindness on Ruby's part, returning a book he accidentally drops in the square, plants the seeds of an unlikely friendship. Ruby's boundless optimism and Mr. Cavendish's reluctant curiosity create a poignant dynamic that becomes central to the unfolding narrative. As the camera shifts to the heart of the village, we meet Mrs. Temple, the vivacious baker played by Fiona Shaw, who is in the throes of preparing for the town's famed Christmas cake competition. Her cozy shop, a hub of warmth and laughter, is adorned with garlands of holly and shelves stacked high with delectable confections. Yet, behind her cheery demeanor lies a flicker of unease. A cryptic letter from an estranged sibling has resurfaced memories she had long buried, adding an unexpected layer of tension to her otherwise jolly preparations. The competition, while ostensibly a light-hearted affair, takes on new significance for her, becoming a metaphor for unresolved family dynamics and a yearning for reconciliation. Parallel to these personal dramas, the town's collective excitement builds toward the annual Christmas parade, a cherished tradition where local artisans showcase elaborate floats and whimsical designs. Enter Quentin Blackwood, the eccentric inventor portrayed by Bill Nighy, whose latest creation, a set of mechanical reindeer, is meant to be the parade's centerpiece. Quentin's workshop is a chaotic wonderland of gears, gadgets, and blueprints, reflecting his boundless creativity, but also his disorganization. As he unveils the prototype to the town committee, things take a hilariously disastrous turn when the reindeer spring to life, crashing through the display and scattering ornaments in every direction. While the villagers laugh it off as a typical Quentin mishap, he is secretly determined to prove his worth, a quest that will have unforeseen consequences. Amidst these interwoven tales, the film masterfully sets its tone, blending humor and heartache with moments of magical realism. One such moment occurs during a quiet evening at Ruby's home. As she stares out her bedroom window, the twinkling lights of the village seem to pulse and dance, subtly suggesting that something extraordinary is watching over Winter's Hollow. This ethereal sequence is juxtaposed with a scene of Sarah working late into the night, her desk cluttered with drafts and empty coffee mugs. The contrast between Ruby's innocent wonder and Sarah's weary pragmatism underscores the emotional chasm they are trying to bridge. As the first half of the story unfolds, subtle hints begin to foreshadow the challenges and revelations that await. A passing comment from a shopkeeper about Mr. Cavendish's mysterious past sparks curiosity. Mrs. Temple's hesitation as she signs up for the competition hints at deeper insecurities. Quentin's muttered frustration about a rival inventor hints at a subplot yet to be revealed. Even Ruby's letter, carried aloft by the wind, takes on an almost sentient quality, as if the universe itself is conspiring to bring the town's fragmented lives together. The beauty of the film lies in its ability to balance these storylines, weaving them into a rich tapestry that feels both grand and intimately personal. Every character, no matter how minor, is given a moment to shine, their arcs contributing to the overarching theme of connection and redemption. The first half of that Christmas leaves viewers eager to see how these lives will intersect, their hopes and fears converging as the holiday approaches. The stage is set for a celebration unlike any other, and the air is charged with the promise of surprises yet to come. As Christmas Eve draws closer, the interconnected lives of Winter's Hollow's residents move toward moments of reckoning and revelation. The snow has deepened, blanketing the village in a serene white, but beneath the festive surface, emotions run high. Ruby's hope for her family's reunion seems dimmer with each passing day. Her father's absence weighs heavily on her mother, Sarah, whose patience begins to fray. Yet Ruby, ever the optimist, clings to the belief that magic is in the air, her faith bolstered by the kindness she finds in unexpected places, most notably in her growing friendship with Mr. Cavendish. The retired schoolteacher's transformation continues, subtly at first. He begins by venturing out of his home more frequently, drawn into small but meaningful exchanges with Ruby. When she invites him to the school's Christmas concert, he initially resists, citing his dislike of crowds. But Ruby's earnest plea touches a part of him he thought long buried, and he surprises everyone, perhaps most of all himself, by attending. The concert is a charming affair, with children's off-key singing and handmade costumes adding to the charm. As Ruby performs a solo, her voice trembling but resolute, Mr. Cavendish finds himself inexplicably moved, the music stirring memories of his late wife, who once sang in the village choir. In that moment, he realizes that isolating himself has not protected him from pain, but has only deepened it. Elsewhere, Sarah's inner struggle comes to a head when her editor assigns her to cover the Christmas parade, a task she initially resents, as it feels like yet another obligation keeping her from spending time with Ruby. But the assignment leads her to Quentin Blackwood's workshop, where she witnesses the inventor's frantic efforts to salvage his malfunctioning reindeer. Their conversation reveals a surprising vulnerability in Quentin, who confesses that he fears being seen as a failure. Sarah, in turn, opens up about her struggles as a single parent during the holidays. Their shared candor creates an unexpected bond, and Sarah leaves the workshop not only with material for her article, but with a renewed sense of empathy. Meanwhile, Mrs. Temple's storyline takes a dramatic turn when her estranged sister, Eleanor, arrives in Winter's Hollow unannounced. The siblings' reunion is fraught with tension, their conversations laced with years of unspoken grievances. Yet, as they bake together in the quiet hours of the evening, their shared laughter over a mishap involving too much cinnamon serves as a tentative olive branch. Eleanor reveals that she has come not out of obligation but out of a genuine desire to mend their relationship. Inspired by her sister's courage, Mrs. Temple decides to dedicate her entry in the cake competition to their late mother, a gesture that resonates deeply with Eleanor and helps pave the way for reconciliation. The Christmas parade becomes the story's centerpiece, a spectacle of lights, music, and community spirit. Quentin's mechanical reindeer, after a last-minute repair, finally work as intended, drawing gasps and applause as they fly above the crowd on hidden cables. Ruby and Sarah stand together, bundled in scarves and mittens, their earlier tensions momentarily forgotten in the glow of the celebration. But the true magic happens when a surprise guest arrives. Ruby's father, having cut his tour short after reading her letter. His unexpected arrival brings Sarah to tears, and the family's emotional reunion becomes the highlight of the parade. For Ruby, it is the fulfillment of her wish, and the joy on her face radiates outward, touching everyone around her. Mr. Cavendish, watching from a distance, feels a pang of longing. Ruby spots him and rushes over, dragging him into the heart of the festivities despite his protests. For the first time in years, he allows himself to be part of the community, his gruff exterior softened by the warmth of those around him. As he exchanges a tentative smile with Sarah, who recognizes him from his days as her teacher, it becomes clear that his journey toward healing is well underway. The evening crescendos with the announcement of the cake competition winner. Mrs. Temple, though initially anxious, beams with pride as her cake, a beautifully crafted replica of the village, wins first prize. She dedicates her victory to Eleanor, who cheers louder than anyone in the crowd. Their reconciliation feels complete, a testament to the power of shared memories and the willingness to forgive. But the most magical moment of the night comes when snow begins to fall again, heavier this time, blanketing the village in an ethereal glow. Ruby looks up, her face alight with wonder, as the snowflakes seem to shimmer with an almost otherworldly brilliance. Her letter to Santa, thought lost to the wind, flutters down from the sky and lands gently in her hand. The moment is surreal and inexplicable, yet it feels entirely fitting, as if the universe itself is affirming the magic of the night. In the days that follow, the threads of the story weave together into a satisfying conclusion. Sarah, inspired by the connections she has witnessed, writes an article about the parade that becomes a heartfelt ode to the resilience and unity of Winter's Hollow. Mr. Cavendish, spurred by Ruby's encouragement, begins volunteering at the local library, rediscovering his passion for teaching and connecting with others. Mrs. Temple and Eleanor, now inseparable, plan a family dinner for New Year's Eve, their laughter echoing through the bakery as they prepare. And Quentin, buoyed by the success of his reindeer, starts work on a new invention, his confidence restored. As Christmas morning dawns, the village awakens to a scene of tranquility and joy. Ruby's family shares a cozy breakfast by the fire, their laughter filling the room. Outside, the town square is alive with the sounds of children playing, carolers singing, and neighbors exchanging greetings. The camera pans over the village, capturing its snow-covered rooftops and twinkling lights, before settling on Ruby, standing at her window with a contented smile. The film ends with her voice, narrating a final thought. Christmas isn't about perfect presents or perfect moments. It's about the people we love and the magic we create together. That Christmas concludes not with grand gestures but with the quiet beauty of lives made whole again, leaving viewers with a profound sense of warmth and hope. The heart of that Christmas lies in its richly drawn characters, whose individual stories weave together to form a tapestry of holiday magic and human connection. Each character is crafted with care, their personalities and struggles grounded in authenticity, making them relatable and memorable. The voice performances breathe life into these animated figures, elevating their journeys and deepening the emotional resonance of the story. At the center of the narrative is Ruby, the film's anchor and emotional core. As an 8-year-old girl with an unshakable belief in the magic of Christmas, Ruby embodies the innocence and hope of the holiday season. Her motivations are heartbreakingly simple yet profoundly universal. She wants her family to feel whole again. Her father's absence has left a gap in her world, and her mother's quiet struggles only amplify her longing for connection. Jodie Whittaker's performance as Sarah, Ruby's mother, captures the complex dance between parental love and personal hardship. Sarah is warm and caring but stretched thin, her determination to provide for Ruby often clashing with her need for rest and fulfillment. Whittaker brings a raw honesty to the role, imbuing Sarah with a vulnerability that makes her moments of triumph deeply moving. Brian Cox's portrayal of Mr. Cavendish is a masterclass in subtlety and nuance. Initially introduced as a gruff and solitary figure, Mr. Cavendish's arc unfolds with quiet grace. His motivations are rooted in grief, having lost his wife years earlier, and his. Fiona Shaw's portrayal of Mrs. Temple is equally memorable, infusing the character with charm, wit, and a touch of vulnerability. As the village's beloved baker, Mrs. Temple is outwardly cheerful and confident, her shop a hub of warmth and community. However, her backstory reveals a deeper layer, a strained relationship with her estranged sister, Eleanor. Shaw's performance captures the tension between Mrs. Temple's outward persona and her inner doubts, making her eventual reconciliation with Eleanor all the more satisfying. Their journey is a testament to the power of forgiveness and the importance of family, themes that resonate deeply throughout the film. Bill Nighy's Quentin Blackwood is a delightful addition to the ensemble, providing much of the film's humor and charm. As the eccentric inventor whose mechanical reindeer become a symbol of holiday ingenuity, Quentin's motivations are driven by a desire to prove himself to a community that often sees him as a lovable but hapless dreamer. Nighy's playful delivery and impeccable timing make Quentin's antics both endearing and hilarious. Yet, like the other characters, Quentin is given moments of introspection that reveal a deeper side to his personality. His quiet conversation with Sarah, in which he shares his insecurities, adds a layer of depth to his otherwise lighthearted storyline. The secondary characters, though not as prominently featured, contribute significantly to the richness of the narrative. Eleanor, voiced with warmth and sincerity, provides a foil to Mrs. Temple's exuberance, their contrasting personalities highlighting the complexities of sibling relationships. The town's mayor, a jovial figure with a penchant for elaborate speeches, adds a touch of whimsy to the proceedings, while the carolers, shopkeepers, and schoolchildren populate the village with a sense of community and authenticity. The animation enhances each character's presence, with expressive facial details and body language that complement the voice performances. Ruby's wide-eyed wonder, Mr. Cavendish's hunched posture, Mrs. Temple's lively gestures, and Quentin's animated enthusiasm all contribute to their distinct personalities. The film's visual style, rich with color and texture, brings out the warmth and humanity in each character, making them feel as real and relatable as the people in our own lives. As the story progresses, the characters' arcs intertwine in ways that feel organic and meaningful. Ruby's determination to bring her family together inspires those around her, reminding them of the importance of connection and hope. Mr. Cavendish's decision to attend the Christmas concert is a turning point, not only for him but for the village as a whole, as it marks his re-entry into the community. Mrs. Temple's reconciliation with Eleanor brings a sense of closure and healing, while Quentin's triumph with the mechanical reindeer showcases the rewards of persistence and creativity. By the film's end, each character has undergone a transformation, their journeys reflecting the broader themes of the story. Ruby's wish for her family is fulfilled, not just in the literal sense of her father's return, but in the renewed bond between her and Sarah. Mr. Cavendish finds solace in connection, rediscovering his place in the community. Mrs. Temple and Eleanor heal their fractured relationship, proving that it is never too late to make amends. And Quentin, buoyed by his success, embraces his role as the village's resident inventor with renewed confidence. The characters of that Christmas are more than just players in a holiday tale. They are reflections of the struggles, joys, and complexities that define the human experience. Their stories remind us that the true magic of Christmas lies not in gifts or decorations, but in the connections we forge and the love we share. Through their journeys, the film captures the essence of the season, leaving viewers with a sense of warmth, hope, and a renewed appreciation for the people who make our lives meaningful. That Christmas is a film rich in layered storytelling, where every frame feels purposeful and brimming with hidden treasures for attentive viewers. Its creators have filled it with subtle nods to holiday traditions, clever foreshadowing, and playful Easter eggs that not only enrich the story but also create a sense of discovery for sharp-eyed audiences. These details add depth to the narrative, rewarding viewers who look beyond the surface with an experience that feels intimate and intricately crafted. The film's opening scene, with its sweeping view of Winter's Hollow, sets the stage for the detailed world building that defines the movie. The village itself is a love letter to classic Christmas literature and cinema, with its cobblestone streets, warmly lit shop windows, and snow-covered rooftops evoking memories of timeless holiday tales. A closer look at the shop signs reveals playful references. Marley's Antiques is a clear nod to Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, while the bakery, cinnamon and spice, mirrors the titles of old-fashioned Christmas recipes. The post office bears the name Kringle Courier Services, a subtle homage to the folklore of Santa Claus. These small touches invite viewers to immerse themselves fully in the world of Winter's Hollow, a place that feels as magical as it does familiar. Ruby's room, which serves as a sanctuary for her vivid imagination, is another treasure trove of hidden details. Her bookshelf is lined with classic children's stories, including The Polar Express and The Snowman, both of which have inspired generations of holiday dreamers. On her desk, a snow globe depicting a miniature Winter's Hollow sits prominently, foreshadowing the way her wish will ripple through the entire village. The design of the snow globe, with its tiny glowing lanterns and swirling snow, mirrors the aesthetic of the film's climactic snowfall, tying her personal journey to the larger story in a way that feels both symbolic and seamless. Throughout the film, visual motifs subtly reinforce its themes of connection and renewal. Snowflakes, for instance, appear repeatedly, not only as part of the wintry setting, but also as symbols of individuality and unity. The intricate patterns of the snowflakes mirror the way the characters' lives intersect, each unique but contributing to a greater whole. In one poignant scene, Ruby traces a snowflake on her windowpane, her breath fogging the glass as she whispers her Christmas wish. This simple act, captured in exquisite detail, becomes a visual echo later in the film when the snowflake design reappears on the stage curtain during the Christmas concert, tying her personal longing to the collective joy of the village. The filmmakers also employ foreshadowing with remarkable subtlety. Early in the story, as Ruby mails her letter to Santa, a gust of wind carries it skyward in a swirling dance with the falling snow. The animation lingers on the letter as it disappears into the night, accompanied by a soft chime in the score that hints at the magic at play. This moment feels whimsical at first glance but gains deeper significance later, when the letter inexplicably returns to Ruby during the climactic snowfall. The magical realism of this scene is foreshadowed so delicately that its eventual impact feels both surprising and inevitable, a testament to the film's careful craftsmanship. Mr. Cavendish's home is. The filmmakers also pay tribute to classic holiday films and stories through clever Easter eggs. During the Christmas parade, one float features a group of children dressed as characters from the Nutcracker, their costumes a delightful nod to the beloved ballet. In another scene, a stray cat perched on a rooftop wears a small red bow, a playful homage to the feline companion in the Christmas Chronicles. Even the film's score, composed with a mix of traditional orchestral arrangements and whimsical melodies, occasionally incorporates snippets of familiar holiday tunes, weaving them into the original compositions in ways that feel both nostalgic and fresh. Quentin Blackwood's workshop is a highlight for fans of detail-rich animation, its chaotic charm inviting viewers to pause and take in every corner. Among the scattered blueprints and half-finished gadgets are nods to iconic inventors from literature and film. A small model labeled Talk the Mechanical Dog references the Phantom Tollbooth, while a pair of goggles hanging on the wall bears a striking resemblance to those worn by Doc Brown in Back to the Future. These playful inclusions reflect Quentin's character as a dreamer and tinkerer, and they add an extra layer of enjoyment for attentive viewers. The character of Mrs. Temple also comes with her share of subtle details and Easter eggs. Her bakery, filled with mouth-watering confections, includes a gingerbread house that resembles the town hall, a touch that highlights her connection to the community. A recipe book on her counter, titled Grandma's Secrets, becomes a poignant symbol of her relationship with her late mother, especially when she dedicates her winning cake to her memory. The design of the cake itself, a miniature replica of Winter's Hollow, features tiny details that eagle-eyed viewers will recognize, from the glowing lanterns in the square to the mechanical reindeer atop Quentin's float. One of the most touching hidden details comes in the form of a recurring star motif. A small, embroidered star on Ruby's scarf matches a star-shaped ornament hanging on Mr. Cavendish's Christmas tree, subtly linking their stories even before they fully connect. This motif culminates in the final scene, where the star appears once more in the sky, shining brightly over the village. Its presence throughout the film serves as a reminder of the shared hope and magic that binds the characters together, even in their darkest moments. As the credits roll, The film continues to reward observant viewers with a series of illustrated snapshots depicting life in Winter's Hollow after the story's conclusion. These images include scenes of Ruby and her family building a snowman, Mr. Cavendish reading to a group of children at the library, and Mrs. Temple and Eleanor sharing a laugh over a plate of cookies. Each vignette feels like a final gift to the audience, a chance to see the lasting impact of the characters' journeys. That Christmas is a film that invites viewers to look closer, to appreciate the intricate details and thoughtful choices that make its world so vibrant and its story so resonant. From the subtle foreshadowing and visual symbolism to the playful Easter eggs and cultural references, every element contributes to a richly layered experience. These hidden treasures not only enhance the film's rewatchability but also underscore its central message, that magic is often found in the smallest, most unexpected moments. The making of That Christmas is as intricate and enchanting as the story it tells, filled with strange coincidences, creative challenges, and unexpected moments that became part of its legacy. Behind the warm glow of Winter's Hollow and the seamless magic on screen lies a labyrinth of fascinating tales that shaped the film into its final form. These details, some serendipitous and others deeply intentional, highlight the passion and dedication of everyone involved, as well as the peculiarities that often arise during the creative process. Simon Otto's directorial debut was itself a story of perseverance and faith in the project. Originally hesitant to take the helm, Otto was convinced by the deeply personal themes of Richard Curtis's children's books. Otto saw the potential to craft a narrative that balanced whimsy with heartfelt emotion, a balance he had admired in other animated classics. What truly convinced him, however, was a chance encounter with Curtis himself. During their first meeting, Otto was struck by Curtis's sincerity and the emotional weight the author attached to the project, stemming from his own experiences with family and Christmas traditions. The two hit it off, and their collaboration became the backbone of the production. One of the film's most intriguing facts is how its visual aesthetic was influenced by the storybook origins of Curtis's trilogy. Locksmith Animation, renowned for its ability to blend cutting-edge technology with traditional artistry, aimed to replicate the look and feel of hand-painted illustrations in a three-dimensional space. To achieve this, the animators developed a unique rendering process that mimicked brushstrokes and textured paper. However, this innovation didn't come without challenges. Early tests often resulted in characters appearing overly flat or overly textured, creating a paper doll effect. Months of fine-tuning finally struck the perfect balance, allowing the characters to pop against the storybook-like backgrounds without losing the warmth and charm of the hand-drawn style. The casting process was another fascinating chapter in the film's production. Brian Cox, who voiced the reclusive Mr. Cavendish, initially turned down the role, citing scheduling conflicts and uncertainty about doing animation. Yet fate intervened in an unexpected way. Cox's granddaughter, an avid fan of Curtis's books, persuaded him to reconsider. Her insistence that the character of Mr. Cavendish reminded her of him in real life, grumpy but with a good heart, ultimately led Cox to accept the role. His performance became a cornerstone of the film, blending gruffness with vulnerability in a way that resonated deeply with audiences. Jodie Whittaker's involvement also came with its own twist. Known for her dramatic roles, Whittaker was eager to showcase her range in a family-oriented project. Yet what many don't know is that her audition took place remotely, in the midst of a snowstorm at her countryside home. The weather, though inconvenient, added a certain charm to the audition, with the sound of wind and the crackling of a fireplace providing an unintentionally fitting backdrop. Her heartfelt delivery of Sarah's lines won over the casting team instantly, and the atmospheric audition became a running joke on set. Another peculiar story emerged from Bill Nighy's portrayal of Quentin Blackwood, the eccentric inventor. Nighy, who has a reputation for fully immersing himself in roles, reportedly visited a real-life inventor's workshop to understand the mindset of a tinkerer. The workshop was filled with bizarre contraptions and half-finished projects, including a wind-powered clock and a prototype flying umbrella. Nighy's time there inspired much of Quentin's quirky mannerisms, and he even insisted on recording some of his lines while fiddling with tools to capture the character's restless energy. The production was not without its share of challenges, some of which bordered on the surreal. During a crucial stage of development, a technical glitch erased several weeks' worth of animation progress. The issue arose from an experimental software update, which clashed with the studio's existing systems. For a brief moment, the team feared the worst, but a stroke of luck, an overlooked backup server, saved the day. While the ordeal caused delays, it also spurred the team to adopt more robust safeguards, a decision that ultimately streamlined the rest of the production. One of the strangest facts about the film involves the snow itself, a central visual element. The animators were obsessed with getting the texture and movement of snow just right, studying hours of footage of real snowfall and even creating their own controlled snow simulations in the studio. However, the most bizarre inspiration came from a trip to Iceland, where a freak snowstorm trapped a group of animators in a remote cabin for several days. While initially a frustrating experience, the storm provided invaluable reference material, with the team observing everything from how snow collects on windowsills to the subtle way it shifts underfoot. Music played a pivotal role in shaping the emotional landscape of the film, and its score holds an interesting story of its own. Composer Alexander Desplat, known for his lush and evocative melodies, took an unconventional approach by incorporating sounds recorded during Christmas markets. Bells, footsteps crunching in snow, and snippets of distant carolers found their way into the music, creating a layered auditory experience that feels both festive and deeply immersive. In one memorable instance, Desplat recorded a choir of children singing in a cathedral, only to discover later that their off-key notes perfectly matched the tone of Ruby's heartfelt but imperfect solo at the Christmas concert. Even the marketing of the film had its peculiarities. A viral promotional campaign involved creating lifelike replicas of Winter's Hollow in cities around the world, complete with functioning shops and actors portraying the villagers. The attention to detail was astonishing, with every aspect of the set designed to mirror the film, down to the snow that fell at timed intervals. These installations drew massive crowds and became a talking point on social media, cementing the film's reputation as a labor of love. Perhaps the strangest and most heartwarming fact about that Christmas lies in its final scene. During the climactic snowfall, Ruby's letter to Santa drifts back into her hands, a moment of magic that resonated with audiences worldwide. What many don't know is that this scene almost didn't happen. Originally, the film was set to end with Ruby watching the snow from her window, but a last-minute suggestion from Richard Curtis himself led to the inclusion of the letter. The animators scrambled to create the sequence in time for the premiere, but the result was worth the effort, as it became one of the film's most iconic moments. From its serendipitous casting decisions to the technical challenges and creative breakthroughs, That Christmas is a film shaped by a series of strange and wonderful events. These stories, woven into the fabric of its creation, add another layer of magic to a movie already brimming with heart and imagination. The result is a holiday classic that feels as much a miracle behind the scenes as it does on screen. The magic of That Christmas lies not just in its whimsical setting or heartfelt storytelling, but in the way its key moments carry profound emotional and thematic weight. Each significant scene is meticulously crafted to resonate with the audience, creating a narrative tapestry that is both deeply personal and universally relatable. These moments not only drive the story forward but also invite viewers to reflect on their own lives, their connections with others, and the enduring spirit of the holiday season. One of the film's earliest emotional anchors is Ruby's quiet moment at her bedroom window, where she writes her Christmas letter. The scene is imbued with a poignant mix of innocence and longing, as Ruby's soft voice narrates her wish for her family to feel whole again. The flickering candlelight, the gentle snowfall outside, and the tender strains of the score all work together to create an atmosphere of vulnerability. From a critical perspective, this scene serves as a thesis for the film, encapsulating its central themes of hope and connection. It establishes Ruby as the emotional core of the story while subtly foreshadowing the ripple effect her wish will have on the people around her. For the audience, this moment is both heartbreaking and heartwarming, a reminder of the pure and selfless nature of childhood wishes. The introduction of Mr. Cavendish provides a stark contrast to Ruby's warmth and optimism. His initial scene, where he brusquely declines an invitation to the town's Christmas festivities, is laced with quiet melancholy. The dark, cluttered interior of his home mirrors his emotional state, and the muted colors in the animation reinforce his detachment from the vibrant world outside. From a thematic perspective, this moment underscores the film's exploration of isolation and the barriers people create to protect themselves from pain. Brian Cox's voice performance lends depth to the character, capturing both his gruff exterior and the hidden vulnerability beneath. The audience's first impression of Mr. Cavendish is one of sympathy rather than disdain, a testament to the film's nuanced approach to character development. As the story unfolds, the Christmas parade becomes a visual and emotional centerpiece, blending humor, chaos, and a sense of community. Quentin Blackwood's mechanical reindeer, a creation as eccentric as its inventor, adds a touch of whimsy to the spectacle, while the parade's mishaps inject moments of levity. Yet beneath the surface, this scene carries deeper significance. The parade serves as a microcosm of Winter's Hollow, showcasing the interconnectedness of its residents. From Mrs. Temple's enthusiastic leadership to the carolers' spirited performance, every detail emphasizes the collective effort and shared joy of the community. For the audience, the parade is both a source of laughter and a reminder of the importance of coming together, even in the face of imperfection. The turning point of the film arrives during the Christmas concert, a scene that masterfully balances tension, triumph, and emotional release. Ruby's nervous solo performance, initially marked by trembling hands and hesitant notes, evolves into a moment of pure magic as the audience joins her in song. This scene is a testament to the film's ability to blend personal and communal storytelling. Ruby's growth, her ability to overcome fear and find her voice, is mirrored by the community's willingness to support her. From a critical perspective, this moment encapsulates the film's central message, that strength and courage are found in connection. The animations shift during the song, as the warm glow of lanterns spreads through the concert hall, reinforces this idea visually, creating a sense of unity and shared purpose. For viewers, the scene is cathartic, evoking tears and cheers in equal measure. Another standout moment is the reconciliation between Mrs. Temple and her sister, Eleanor. Their confrontation in the bakery, where old grievances bubble to the surface, is raw and authentic. The dialogue, sharp and emotionally charged, reveals the complexity of their relationship, while the quiet moments of reflection that follow hint at their shared desire for resolution. The decision to depict their eventual reconciliation through action rather than words, Eleanor helping Mrs. Temple decorate a cake, is a masterstroke of subtle storytelling. From a thematic perspective, this arc highlights the power of forgiveness and the ways in which small acts can mend deep wounds. For the audience, it is a reminder that healing often begins with vulnerability and a willingness to bridge the gap. The film's climax, marked by the magical return of Ruby's letter to Santa, is a moment of wonder that ties the narrative threads together. The letter's journey, carried by the wind and the snow, feels both natural and otherworldly, a perfect embodiment of the film's magical realism. Its return to Ruby during the concert represents the fulfillment of her wish and the culmination of her journey. From a critical perspective, this moment underscores the idea that magic is not about grand gestures but about the small, meaningful moments that bring people together. The animation's choice to focus on Ruby's tear-filled eyes as she clutches the letter reinforces the emotional weight of the scene, leaving the audience with a sense of awe and gratitude. The resolution of Mr. Cavendish's arc is equally poignant. His decision to attend the Christmas concert, though seemingly simple, is laden with symbolic significance. As he steps into the light of the town square, leaving the shadows of his home behind, the animation subtly shifts to brighter tones, reflecting his emotional transformation. His quiet smile as he watches Ruby sing is a moment of redemption, a sign that he has begun to heal and reconnect with the world around him. For the audience, his journey is a reminder that it is never too late to change, to reach out, and to find joy again. Finally, the snowfall that blankets Winter's Hollow in the closing scene serves as a unifying symbol, bringing the characters' individual arcs to a satisfying conclusion. The snow, which has been a recurring motif throughout the film, represents renewal and connection. As the residents gather in the town square, their shared laughter and celebration create a sense of closure. From a thematic perspective, this ending reinforces the film's central message, that the true magic of Christmas lies in the bonds we share and the love we give. For viewers, it is a moment of pure cinematic joy, leaving them with a sense of warmth and hope. Through its carefully crafted key moments, that Christmas achieves a rare blend of emotional depth and universal appeal. Each scene is imbued with meaning, shaping the story and enhancing the audience's experience. The film's ability to balance humor, heartache, and hope makes it not only a holiday classic but also a deeply resonant exploration of what it means to connect, to forgive, and to believe in magic. The journey to bring that Christmas to life was a tapestry of creative ingenuity, technical innovation, and an unwavering commitment to capturing the heart of Richard Curtis's beloved children's trilogy. Every frame of the film reflects the passion and precision of the team, a group of visionaries who transformed words on a page into a world teeming with magic and warmth. The production process itself became a story, filled with moments of discovery, unanticipated challenges, and groundbreaking achievements that defined the movie's unique identity. At the heart of the film's production was Simon Otto, stepping into the director's chair for the first time after years of contributing to acclaimed animated works. Otto's vision for the film was clear from the outset. He wanted to create a storybook world that felt both fantastical and deeply human. Translating that vision into reality, however, required a delicate balance between artistic expression and technological prowess. To achieve this, Otto worked closely with Locksmith Animation and DNEG Animation, leveraging their expertise to push the boundaries of what was possible in modern animation. The visual style of the film was one of its most defining features. Inspired by the illustrations in Curtis's books, the team sought to replicate the charm of hand-painted artwork while maintaining the dynamic quality of 3D animation. This was no small feat. Early attempts to merge the two aesthetics often fell short, with characters looking overly polished or the environments feeling too static. It wasn't until the animation team developed a custom rendering pipeline that they were able to achieve the desired effect. This pipeline used advanced shading techniques to simulate the texture of watercolor and gouache, giving the film a tactile, handcrafted appearance. The breakthrough was met with cheers in the studio, as it not only solved a major technical challenge but also captured the nostalgic essence of Curtis's world. Creating the town of Winter's Hollow was another monumental task, as the village itself functioned as a character in the story. Every cobblestone, storefront, and snow-covered rooftop was designed with meticulous attention to detail. The production designers drew inspiration from real-life villages in the English countryside, conducting extensive research trips to locations such as Castle Combe and Bibury. They photographed and sketched everything from crooked chimneys to vintage shop signs, incorporating these elements into the film's richly layered backgrounds. One particularly snowy day during a research trip proved to be a serendipitous moment for the team, as the way light reflected off fresh snow became a key reference for the film's lighting design. The animation of snow itself became a project within a project. Snow, often overlooked in animated films, was a central visual motif in that Christmas, symbolizing both the magic of the season and the emotional journeys of the characters. To capture its movement and texture, the animators experimented with a blend of procedural simulations and handcrafted effects. They studied hours of footage of snowstorms, even creating a custom snow lab in the studio where they could observe how snowflakes interacted with various surfaces. This attention to detail paid off in scenes like the Christmas concert, where the snow's gentle fall enhances the dreamlike atmosphere and underscores the film's emotional climax. The voice performances added another layer of richness to the film, with each actor bringing depth and nuance to their roles. Recording sessions were often a mix of laughter and experimentation, as the cast and crew worked to find the right tone for each character. Brian Cox, voicing the curmudgeonly Mr. Cavendish, became known for his improvisational flair. During one session, he ad-libbed a line about his character's disdain for figgy pudding, a moment that not only made it into the final cut but also inspired an entire subplot involving the town's annual pudding competition. Jodie Whittaker, meanwhile, approached her role as Sarah with a level of preparation that impressed everyone on set. Known for her dramatic roles, Whittaker was determined to tap into the humor and tenderness required for an animated family film. She often worked closely with Otto to refine her delivery, ensuring that Sarah's warmth and resilience came through in every scene. In one memorable instance, Whittaker recorded a key emotional scene, where Sarah comforts Ruby after her solo performance, in a single take, leaving the sound engineers teary-eyed. The film's score, composed by Alexander Desplat, was another technical triumph. Desplat's music blended traditional orchestral arrangements with unconventional instrumentation, including sleigh bells, toy pianos, and even the sound of crackling firewood. To achieve the immersive quality he envisioned, Desplat recorded many of the pieces in a cathedral, using the natural acoustics to add depth and resonance. One of the most challenging pieces to compose was Ruby's solo during the concert. Desplat wanted the song to feel raw and authentic, capturing the vulnerability of a child performing in front of a crowd. After several drafts, he created a melody that was both simple and haunting, a piece that became the emotional heart of the film. Despite the creative triumphs, the production faced its share of challenges. One of the most harrowing moments came during the final stages of rendering, when a critical system failure threatened to delay the film's release. A power outage at the studio's main server facility corrupted several files, including key sequences from the climactic snowfall scene. For a brief moment, the team feared that months of work had been lost. However, a backup system, overlooked until a desperate search, ultimately saved the day. The relief in the studio was palpable, and the incident led to a renewed focus on disaster preparedness for future projects. The marketing campaign for that Christmas also pushed creative boundaries. In a bold move, the team partnered with city councils to create life-sized replicas of Winter's Hollow in public spaces, complete with live actors, working shops, and artificial snow. These pop-up installations became viral sensations, drawing thousands of visitors and sparking a flood of social media posts. The marketing team's decision to release a behind-the-scenes documentary further deepened audience engagement, offering a glimpse into the artistry and effort behind the film. As the premiere approached, the final challenge was ensuring that the film delivered on its promise of magic and heart. Test screenings provided invaluable feedback, leading to subtle adjustments in pacing and dialogue. The team's dedication to perfecting every detail was evident in the reaction at the BFI London Film Festival, where the film received a standing ovation. For Otto and his team, the journey had been long and often unpredictable, but the result was a film that captured the essence of Christmas and left audiences spellbound. The production of that Christmas stands as a testament to the power of collaboration, creativity, and determination. From its innovative visual style to its heartfelt performances and technical feats, every aspect of the film reflects the passion of its creators. It is a story not only of holiday magic, but also of the magic that happens when talented individuals come together to bring a shared vision to life. At its heart, that Christmas weaves a tapestry of themes that resonate far beyond its charming setting and festive premise. While the film is a celebration of the holiday spirit, it delves into universal truths about human connection, the complexities of relationships, and the enduring hope that lies at the core of even the darkest moments. Through its narrative, characters, and meticulously crafted visuals, the movie offers a mirror to our own lives, reflecting societal struggles, cultural ideals, and the resilience of the human spirit. The theme of connection is central to the story, playing out in both overt and subtle ways. Winter's Hollow, with its picturesque streets and close-knit community, symbolizes the interwoven lives of its residents. Beneath the surface, however, the film reveals the fractures and tensions that exist within this seemingly idyllic town. Mr. Cavendish's self-imposed isolation, Mrs. Temple's estranged relationship with her sister, and Ruby's longing for her family to heal are all manifestations of disconnection, emotional, social, and familial. These storylines explore the barriers that people create, whether out of fear, pride, or pain, and the courage it takes to dismantle them. Ruby's Christmas wish, the narrative's inciting event, is both simple and profound. She wants her family and community to come together. Her desire is not rooted in materialism, but in an innate understanding that love and togetherness are what truly matter. In a world often driven by individualism and consumerism, the film's focus on collective joy and mutual support feels particularly poignant. It challenges viewers to reconsider their priorities and to recognize the value of relationships over possessions. The symbolism of snow is woven throughout the film, serving as both a literal and metaphorical element. Snow blankets Winter's Hollow, softening its harsh edges and creating an atmosphere of magic and possibility. Yet, snow also carries a dual meaning. For Mr. Cavendish, it is a reminder of the past he wishes to forget. A snowstorm marks the anniversary of his wife's passing. For Ruby, snow represents transformation and new beginnings. The film uses the ephemeral nature of snow to suggest that change, while often fleeting, can leave a lasting impact. Its presence in key scenes underscores moments of emotional revelation and growth, connecting the characters' personal journeys to the larger theme of renewal. The Christmas parade, chaotic and joyful, serves as a microcosm of the town's dynamics. On the surface, it is a celebration of the holiday, filled with humor and spectacle. Beneath the surface, it represents the town's collective identity and the ways in which individual contributions shape the whole. Quentin Blackwood's eccentric mechanical reindeer, for instance, becomes a metaphor for embracing imperfection. Its unexpected malfunction leads to laughter and camaraderie, reminding viewers that flaws and missteps are an integral part of life. The parade's mishaps echo the broader message of the film, that beauty lies not in perfection but in the messy, unpredictable connections we share. One of the film's most poignant themes is forgiveness, explored through the arc of Mrs. Temple and her sister Eleanor. Their estranged relationship, rooted in old grievances, reflects the pain of unresolved conflicts. The bakery scene, where their argument comes to a head, is a microcosm of the difficulties people face in confronting their pasts. Yet, it is through vulnerability and small acts of kindness, Eleanor helping to decorate a cake. The film's exploration of grief is both subtle and powerful, particularly in the character of Mr. Cavendish. His curmudgeonly demeanor and resistance to change are rooted in a deep sense of loss. The empty chair at his dining table, the dusty piano in his living room, and his refusal to participate in the town's festivities all point to a life halted by sorrow. Through his interactions with Ruby, however, Mr. Cavendish begins to rediscover the joy he thought was lost forever. His arc serves as a reminder that grief, while isolating, can also be a bridge to understanding and connection when shared with others. On a broader level, the film offers a subtle commentary on societal expectations and the pressure to present a perfect facade. Sarah, Ruby's mother, embodies this struggle as she juggles the demands of single parenthood while trying to maintain a sense of normalcy for her children. Her exhaustion and moments of self-doubt resonate deeply, reflecting the challenges faced by many families during the holiday season. The film's decision to portray Sarah's vulnerability without judgment is a testament to its empathetic storytelling. It acknowledges the weight of societal expectations while celebrating the resilience and love that drive people forward. The recurring motif of light, from the lanterns in the Christmas concert to the flickering candles in Ruby's bedroom, carries rich symbolic meaning. Light represents hope, guidance, and the potential for transformation. In moments of darkness, both literal and emotional, the presence of light becomes a beacon, reminding the characters and the audience that even the smallest spark can illuminate the way. The final scene, where the entire town gathers under a canopy of glowing lanterns, encapsulates this idea beautifully. It is a visual representation of unity, each lantern a testament to the individuals who make up the community. The film also delves into themes of tradition and progress, juxtaposing the old with the new. Quentin Blackwood's futuristic inventions, while often met with skepticism, bring a sense of innovation to Winter's Hollow. His mechanical reindeer, though imperfect, symbolize the idea that embracing change can lead to unexpected joy. At the same time, the preservation of traditions, such as the Christmas concert and the town's pudding competition, serves as a reminder of the importance of heritage and shared rituals. The interplay between these elements reflects the tension many communities face in balancing the past with the future. Cultural commentary is subtly embedded in the film's narrative, particularly in its depiction of diversity and inclusivity. Winter's Hollow, though a small town, is portrayed as a melting pot of personalities and backgrounds. The inclusion of characters like Mrs. Kapoor, who introduces her family's holiday traditions to the town, enriches the story and reflects the evolving nature of modern celebrations. This inclusivity extends to the film's universal themes, which transcend cultural boundaries and resonate with audiences around the world. Ultimately, That Christmas is a film about the human experience, using the lens of a small-town holiday to explore profound truths. Its themes of connection, forgiveness, and hope are timeless, yet they feel especially relevant in a world often marked by division and uncertainty. Through its characters, symbolism, and social commentary, the film invites viewers to reflect on their own lives and relationships. It is a reminder that magic is not found in grand gestures or perfect moments, but in the simple, imperfect beauty of coming together and sharing love. The cinematic language of That Christmas is a masterstroke of artistry and innovation, weaving together sound, music, and visuals to create an immersive experience that lingers in the hearts of its audience. Every frame, every note, and every whisper of sound work in harmony to bring the world of Winter's Hollow to life, transforming the small town setting into a stage for grand emotional resonance. Simon Otto's directorial debut brims with a distinct vision, using the medium of animation to push boundaries while maintaining an intimate connection with the story's deeply human themes. From the opening scene, the film establishes its visual language with a sweeping shot of Winter's Hollow blanketed in snow. The camera glides gently through the town, revealing the quiet charm of its cobblestone streets, flickering lampposts, and frosted rooftops. This initial sequence, a marvel of digital craftsmanship, sets the tone for the film's whimsical yet grounded aesthetic. The animation style, inspired by the soft textures of watercolor paintings, gives the town a storybook quality that feels both nostalgic and timeless. The deliberate use of muted colors, punctuated by warm golden lights, evokes the comforting glow of holiday memories. Sound design plays a pivotal role in enriching the world of the film. The crunch of snow underfoot, the distant carols wafting through the air, and the faint crackle of a fire in the background all contribute to an auditory tapestry that feels alive and immersive. The sound team paid meticulous attention to detail, layering ambient noises to reflect the shifting moods of the story. In quieter moments, such as Ruby's midnight musings by her bedroom window, the soundscape becomes sparse, amplifying the weight of her thoughts and the stillness of the night. Conversely, scenes like the chaotic Christmas parade burst with overlapping sounds of laughter, chatter, and festive music, capturing the exuberance of community life. Alexander Desplat's score is a centerpiece of the film's emotional power, blending orchestral grandeur with intimate, delicate melodies. Desplat's compositions underscore the emotional arcs of the characters, enhancing moments of joy, tension, and introspection. One standout piece is Ruby's solo performance at the Christmas concert, where the simplicity of a lone piano melody evolves into a soaring symphony as her confidence grows. The choice to let the music gradually build reflects Ruby's journey from uncertainty to self-assurance, making the scene a poignant highlight. Desplat's use of unconventional instruments, such as sleigh bells and toy pianos, adds a playful, whimsical touch that complements the film's festive spirit. The camera work and editing in That Christmas are equally instrumental in shaping the narrative. Although animated films lack a physical camera, the virtual cinematography in this film mirrors the techniques of live-action filmmaking, creating a dynamic and engaging visual experience. The camera often moves fluidly through scenes, mimicking the natural sway of a handheld shot to evoke intimacy and immediacy. In more dramatic moments, the framing becomes tighter, drawing the viewer's focus to the character's emotions. A prime example is the confrontation between Mrs. Temple and Eleanor in the bakery, where close-ups on their faces capture the raw intensity of their argument, while subtle shifts in perspective reveal their shared vulnerability. Editing choices further enhance the storytelling, particularly in the way transitions are used to connect different narrative threads. The film frequently employs match cuts to draw parallels between characters' experiences. For instance, a scene of Mr. Cavendish sitting alone in his dimly lit home transitions seamlessly to Sarah working late in her brightly lit kitchen, emphasizing their shared loneliness despite their contrasting environments. These transitions create a sense of cohesion, reminding the audience that the characters' lives are intertwined even when they are apart. One of the most striking visual sequences occurs during the climactic snowfall scene. As the town gathers for the Christmas concert, the falling snow transforms the setting into a dreamscape. The animation captures the delicate interplay of light and shadow as snowflakes catch the glow of lanterns and twinkle against the night sky. This sequence is a testament to the technical expertise of the animation team, who developed new rendering techniques to simulate the translucency and movement of snow with unprecedented realism. The snow becomes a character in its own right, a silent witness to the unfolding drama and a symbol of the season's transformative power. Simon Otto's stylistic choices are evident throughout the film, reflecting his deep understanding of animation as a storytelling medium. One of his most distinctive techniques is the use of visual motifs to reinforce themes. The recurring image of lanterns, for instance, symbolizes hope and connection. They appear in key moments, from Ruby lighting a lantern for her wish to the final scene, where the entire town releases lanterns into the sky. The gradual increase in the number of lanterns mirrors the characters' growing unity, culminating in a breathtaking visual that encapsulates the film's message of togetherness. The director also uses light and color to convey emotional shifts within the narrative. Early scenes featuring Mr. Cavendish are bathed in cool, desaturated tones, reflecting his melancholic state. As he begins to reconnect with the community, his surroundings gradually become warmer and more vibrant, mirroring his emotional thaw. Similarly, Ruby's journey is marked by a progression from shadowed interiors to open, brightly lit spaces, symbolizing her growing confidence and the light she brings to those around her. The use of slow motion in pivotal moments heightens their emotional impact. In one unforgettable scene, Ruby slips on an icy patch during the parade and her lantern tumbles into the air. The world seems to pause as the camera focuses on her expression, a mixture of fear and determination. This brief suspension of time allows the audience to fully absorb the stakes of the moment, making her eventual recovery all the more triumphant. Such techniques showcase Otto's ability to manipulate pacing and rhythm to maximize emotional resonance. The film's climactic resolution, where the town gathers to light lanterns in honor of their shared hopes and dreams, is a visual and emotional crescendo. The scene employs wide shots to capture the collective awe of the crowd, interspersed with close-ups that highlight individual reactions. The interplay of scale and intimacy reflects the dual themes of community and personal growth, underscoring the idea that every individual contributes to the larger whole. The visual style of That Christmas is not merely a backdrop but an integral part of the storytelling. Every choice, from the color palette to the framing, serves to deepen the audience's connection to the characters and their journeys. By blending traditional techniques with cutting-edge technology, the film creates a world that feels both fantastical and achingly real. It is a testament to the power of animation as a medium and a reflection of Simon Otto's ability to craft a cinematic experience that is as emotionally rich as it is visually stunning. The magic of That Christmas extended far beyond the screen, emanating from the vibrant chemistry between the cast and the collaborative spirit of the crew. The actors' voices, while never physically seen together in the animated medium, managed to create a sense of connection so palpable it felt as though they shared a stage. The richness of their interactions, combined with behind-the-scenes camaraderie and the audience's heartfelt responses, became an inseparable part of the movie's enduring charm. Brian Cox, lending his deep and resonant voice to Mr. Cavendish, brought an emotional gravitas to the character that grounded the story's fantastical elements. In interviews, Cox revealed how he approached the role with the mindset of portraying not just a grumpy old man but a complex individual grappling with profound loss. To prepare, he delved into the script with precision, working closely with the director Simon Otto to uncover layers of vulnerability and humor within Cavendish's arc. Despite recording his lines separately from his co-stars, Cox's performance felt deeply entwined with theirs, a testament to the thoughtful direction and his innate ability to connect through tone and delivery. Fiona Shaw, as the sharp-tongued but secretly tender-hearted Mrs. Temple, brought her signature blend of wit and warmth to the film. Shaw's vocal performance was laced with a playful edge, giving Mrs. Temple an indomitable spirit that contrasted beautifully with her moments of quiet reflection. Shaw shared in interviews that she often imagined herself physically inhabiting the animated scenes, gesturing and moving as though she were on a live-action set, which helped infuse her voice with a kinetic energy. Her scenes opposite Jodie Whittaker's Eleanor brimmed with tension and reconciliation, even though the two actresses recorded their parts separately. Shaw joked that, despite never sharing a recording booth, their characters' on-screen relationship felt as authentic as any she had performed in person. Jodie Whittaker, in turn, described her portrayal of Eleanor as an emotional balancing act. Eleanor's journey from estrangement to reconciliation required Whittaker to tap into a wide range of emotions, from regret to hope, and her naturally expressive voice proved perfect for the task. In one interview, she mentioned the challenge of voicing a character with such a strong internal struggle while maintaining the buoyant tone of a holiday film. Her ability to convey Eleanor's layered complexity elevated the character, and her collaboration with Fiona Shaw, though indirect, sparked one of the movie's most touching dynamics. Ruby, the story's heart and soul, was voiced by an up-and-coming talent whose youthful enthusiasm shone through in every scene. The casting team spent months searching for the perfect voice to embody Ruby's innocence and determination. The actor, whose natural effervescence matched Ruby's personality, shared that stepping into the recording booth felt like entering Ruby's world. She worked extensively with Otto to fine-tune her delivery, ensuring that every line captured the character's optimism and vulnerability. Her scenes with Cox's Mr. Cavendish were particularly moving. Their voices, though never recorded together, harmonized in a way that felt like genuine conversation, a credit to the director's meticulous orchestration. Behind the scenes, the cast often remarked on the sense of camaraderie they felt despite the physical separation inherent to voice acting. Group Zoom calls became a lifeline during production, allowing the actors to discuss their characters and bounce ideas off one another. These virtual gatherings fostered a sense of unity that transcended the confines of their individual recording sessions. Otto also encouraged the actors to ad-lib, leading to unexpected moments of humor and authenticity that found their way into the final cut. The creative team behind the film played a pivotal role in shaping its heartwarming tone. Otto's leadership style was one of inclusivity and collaboration, creating an environment where cast and crew felt empowered to contribute ideas. He frequently cited the input of the animators, who found ways to visually enhance the actors' performances. One memorable instance involved a scene where Mr. Cavendish hesitates before joining the town's lantern lighting. Cox's subtle inflection was so compelling that the animators decided to match it with an equally nuanced visual, a slight tremor in Cavendish's hand as he lights his lantern. This synergy between performance and animation became a hallmark of the film. The production was not without its challenges. The ambitious scope of the movie, particularly its intricate snow effects and crowded ensemble scenes, pushed the animation team to their limits. Yet, the crew approached these obstacles with creativity and perseverance. One anecdote involved the mechanical reindeer, a key element in the Christmas parade. Animators struggled to strike the right balance between whimsical malfunction and plausible mechanics, leading to countless iterations. Quentin Blackwood's voice actor reportedly sent videos of himself mimicking the reindeer stumbles for inspiration, a gesture that delighted the team and helped refine the sequence. As the film neared completion, anticipation among fans of Richard Curtis's original children's books reached a fever pitch. Early previews of the movie generated buzz, with audiences praising the lush visuals and heartfelt story. When that Christmas premiered at the BFI London Film Festival on October 19, 2024, it received a standing ovation, signaling the start of its journey into the public's hearts. Critics lauded the film's ability to balance humor, emotion, and visual splendor, though some noted its pacing as a minor flaw. The general consensus, however, was overwhelmingly positive. When the movie debuted on Netflix on December 4, 2024, it quickly became a holiday favorite. Social media buzzed with reactions from viewers, many of whom shared how the film resonated with their own experiences of family and community. Parents praised its ability to engage both children and adults, while fans of Curtis's books delighted in spotting the subtle nods to the original stories. The sequence involving the lanterns drew particular acclaim, with many calling it one of the most visually stunning and emotionally affecting moments in animated cinema. Audience reactions were not limited to emotional responses. They also sparked discussions about the film's themes and societal relevance. The portrayal of single parenthood, intergenerational friendships, and cultural inclusivity struck a chord with viewers from diverse backgrounds. Ruby's wish for unity resonated as a universal aspiration, making the film feel timely and timeless. Over time, That Christmas has solidified its place as a modern classic. It is celebrated not only for its narrative and visual achievements, but also for the warmth and collaboration that defined its creation. The cast's chemistry, the crew's dedication, and the audience's embrace of its message all contribute to its enduring legacy. A reminder that stories told with love and care have the power to bring people together. When That Christmas first graced the screens, it entered a cinematic landscape already brimming with holiday classics. Yet, it managed to carve a distinct niche, emerging as a film that not only entertained but also resonated deeply with audiences across generations. Its arrival marked a moment of creative resurgence in animated storytelling, blending the charm of timeless holiday tales with a contemporary sensibility that made it both accessible and profound. As the years unfolded, the film's impact on cinema, its genre, and popular culture became increasingly evident, solidifying its place in the annals of film history. One of the most immediate and lasting influences of That Christmas lay in its approach to holiday storytelling. Where many films in the genre leaned heavily on familiar tropes, this movie redefined the formula by grounding its magical elements in relatable human experiences. The film's focus on themes of reconciliation, community, and personal growth transcended cultural and geographical boundaries, making it a universally appealing narrative. This thematic depth encouraged other filmmakers to take similar risks in their holiday offerings, inspiring a wave of films that dared to delve into the emotional complexity of the season while still delivering festive joy. The animation industry also felt the ripple effects of the movie's success. Simon Otto's directorial debut demonstrated the power of animation to tackle mature, nuanced themes without losing its whimsy. His vision pushed technical and creative boundaries, setting new standards for the medium. The film's use of watercolor-inspired textures and innovative rendering techniques to create its ethereal snowfall sequences became a benchmark for visual storytelling. These advancements not only influenced subsequent animated features, but also inspired animators across the globe to experiment with blending traditional aesthetics and cutting-edge technology. Culturally, That Christmas embedded itself into the fabric of holiday traditions, becoming an annual staple for families. Its richly drawn characters and heartfelt story struck a chord with viewers, turning it into a beloved classic that audiences revisited year after year. Lines from the film, such as Ruby's heartfelt wish during the lantern ceremony, entered the lexicon of holiday quotes, while the imagery of glowing lanterns ascending into the snowy sky became an iconic symbol of hope and unity. Merchandising tied to the movie, ranging from lantern replicas to themed ornaments, further cemented its cultural footprint, with its influence extending well beyond the screen. Awards and accolades soon followed, recognizing the film's artistic and emotional achievements. At the 2025 Academy Awards, That Christmas earned nominations in multiple categories, including Best Animated Feature, Best Original Score, and Best Adapted Screenplay. While it ultimately secured the award for Best Animated Feature, its true victory lay in the overwhelming praise from critics and audiences alike. The movie's recognition at the BAFTAs and Annie Awards underscored its contribution to the craft of animation and storytelling, while its inclusion in year-end Best of lists highlighted its crossover appeal. The influence of the film extended beyond cinema, seeping into other artistic and cultural domains. Schools began staging adaptations of the story for holiday plays, with children reenacting Ruby's journey and the lantern ceremony becoming a symbol of togetherness in local communities. Musicians and choirs embraced the film's score, performing renditions of its standout pieces during holiday concerts. The movie even sparked discussions about the role of animation in tackling themes traditionally reserved for live-action films, contributing to a broader appreciation of the medium's potential. Critically, the film became a touchstone for discussions about the evolution of holiday cinema. Analysts and scholars highlighted its ability to balance humor, warmth, and social commentary, noting how it reflected contemporary concerns while remaining timeless. Its exploration of themes like single parenthood, intergenerational dynamics, and personal redemption resonated in an era where audiences sought authenticity in their entertainment. The film's impact was often compared to that of earlier classics like It's a Wonderful Life and A Christmas Carol, both of which also transcended their time to become enduring narratives of human connection. Over the years, the legacy of That Christmas grew as it became a point of reference for filmmakers exploring similar themes. Its success demonstrated that holiday films could be both commercially viable and artistically ambitious, a revelation that encouraged studios to greenlight projects with greater creative freedom. Directors cited the film as an influence, pointing to its blend of visual elegance and emotional depth as a model for their own work. Screenwriters, too, praised its ability to weave humor and pathos seamlessly, often citing its script as a masterclass in character-driven storytelling. Audience reactions played a vital role in shaping the film's lasting legacy. Social media became a hub for discussions about the movie, with fans sharing their favorite scenes, character insights, and personal connections to the story. Many credited the film with rekindling their love for animation or introducing their children to the magic of cinema. The emotional resonance of the lantern ceremony, in particular, became a shared cultural moment, with viewers posting images of their own lanterns as a tribute to the film's message of hope and unity. The movie's influence also extended to its cast and crew, elevating their careers and cementing their status in the industry. Otto became a sought-after director, with his vision and storytelling prowess garnering widespread acclaim. The cast, too, benefited from the film's success, with their performances celebrated as some of the finest in animated cinema. Many of them reflected on the project as a career highlight, expressing gratitude for the opportunity to contribute to a story that resonated so deeply with audiences. When the movie debuted on Netflix on December 4, 2024, it quickly became a holiday favorite. Social media buzzed with reactions from viewers, many of whom shared how the film resonated with their own experiences of family and community. Parents praised its ability to engage both children and adults, while fans of Curtis's books delighted in spotting the subtle nods to the original stories. The sequence involving the lanterns drew particular acclaim, with many calling it one of the most visually stunning and emotionally affecting moments in animated cinema. Audience reactions were not limited to emotional responses. They also sparked discussions about the film's themes and societal relevance. The portrayal of single parenthood, intergenerational friendships, and cultural inclusivity struck a chord with viewers from diverse backgrounds. Ruby's wish for unity resonated as a universal aspiration, making the film feel timely and timeless. Over time, That Christmas has solidified its place as a modern classic. It is celebrated not only for its narrative and visual achievements, but also for the warmth and collaboration that defined its creation. The cast's chemistry, the crew's dedication, and the audience's embrace of its message all contribute to its enduring legacy. A reminder that stories told with love and care have the power to bring people together. When That Christmas first graced the screens, it entered a cinematic landscape already brimming with holiday classics. Yet, it managed to carve a distinct niche, emerging as a film that not only entertained but also resonated deeply with audiences across generations. Its arrival marked a moment of creative resurgence in animated storytelling, blending the charm of timeless holiday tales with a contemporary sensibility that made it both accessible and profound. As the years unfolded, the film's impact on cinema, its genre, and popular culture became increasingly evident, solidifying its place in the annals of film history. One of the most immediate and lasting influences of That Christmas lay in its approach to holiday storytelling. Where many films in the genre leaned heavily on familiar tropes, this movie redefined the formula by grounding its magical elements in relatable human experiences. The film's focus on themes of reconciliation, community, and personal growth transcended cultural and geographical boundaries, making it a universally appealing narrative. This thematic depth encouraged other filmmakers to take similar risks in their holiday offerings, inspiring a wave of films that dared to delve into the emotional complexity of the season while still delivering festive joy. The animation industry also felt the ripple effects of the movie's success. Otto's directorial debut demonstrated the power of animation to tackle mature, nuanced themes without losing its whimsy. His vision pushed technical and creative boundaries, setting new standards for the medium. The film's use of watercolor-inspired textures and innovative rendering techniques to create its ethereal snowfall sequences became a benchmark for visual storytelling. These advancements not only influenced subsequent animated features, but also inspired animators across the globe to experiment with blending traditional aesthetics and cutting-edge technology. Culturally, that Christmas embedded itself into the fabric of holiday traditions, becoming an annual staple for families. Its richly drawn characters and heartfelt story struck a chord with viewers, turning it into a beloved classic that audiences revisited year after year. Lines from the film, such as Ruby's heartfelt wish during the lantern ceremony, entered the lexicon of holiday quotes, while the imagery of glowing lanterns ascending into the snowy sky became an iconic symbol of hope and unity. Merchandising tied to the movie, ranging from lantern replicas to themed ornaments, further cemented its cultural footprint, with its influence extending well beyond the screen. Awards and accolades soon followed, recognizing the film's artistic and emotional achievements. At the 2025 Academy Awards, That Christmas earned nominations in multiple categories, including Best Animated Feature, Best Original Score, and Best Adapted Screenplay. While it ultimately secured the award for Best Animated Feature, its true victory lay in the overwhelming praise from critics and audiences alike. The movie's recognition at the BAFTAs and Annie Awards underscored its contribution to the craft of animation and storytelling, while its inclusion in year-end Best of lists highlighted its crossover appeal. The influence of the film extended beyond cinema, seeping into other artistic and cultural domains. Schools began staging adaptations of the story for holiday plays, with children reenacting Ruby's journey and the lantern ceremony becoming a symbol of togetherness in local communities. Musicians and choirs embraced the film's score, performing renditions of its standout pieces during holiday concerts. The movie even sparked discussions about the role of animation in tackling themes traditionally reserved for live-action films, contributing to a broader appreciation of the medium's potential. Critically, the film became a touchstone for discussions about the evolution of holiday cinema. Analysts and scholars highlighted its ability to balance humor, warmth, and social commentary, noting how it reflected contemporary concerns while remaining timeless. Its exploration of themes like single parenthood, intergenerational dynamics, and personal redemption resonated in an era where audiences sought authenticity in their entertainment. The film's impact was often compared to that of earlier classics like It's a Wonderful Life and A Christmas Carol, both of which also transcended their time to become enduring narratives of human connection. Over the years, the legacy of That Christmas grew as it became a point of reference for filmmakers exploring similar themes. Its success demonstrated that holiday films could be both commercially viable and artistically ambitious, a revelation that encouraged studios to greenlight projects with greater creative freedom. Directors cited the film as an influence, pointing to its blend of visual elegance and emotional depth as a model for their own work. Screenwriters, too, praised its ability to weave humor and pathos seamlessly, often citing its script as a masterclass in character-driven storytelling. Audience reactions played a vital role in shaping the film's lasting legacy. Social media became a hub for discussions about the movie, with fans sharing their favorite scenes, character insights, and personal connections to the story. Many credited the film with rekindling their love for animation or introducing their children to the magic of cinema. The emotional resonance of the lantern ceremony, in particular, became a shared cultural moment, with viewers posting images of their own lanterns as a tribute to the film's message of hope and unity. The movie's influence also extended to its cast and crew, elevating their careers and cementing their status in the industry. Simon Otto became a sought-after director, with his vision and storytelling prowess garnering widespread acclaim. The cast, too, benefited from the film's success, with their performances celebrated as some of the finest in animated cinema. Many of them reflected on the project as a career highlight, expressing gratitude for the opportunity to contribute to a story that resonated so deeply with audiences. As time went on, That Christmas became more than just a film. It became a cultural touchstone, a reminder of the enduring power of storytelling to bring people together. Its legacy is a testament to the passion and creativity of everyone involved in its making, as well as to the universal themes that continue to resonate with audiences. By capturing the magic of the holiday season while addressing timeless human struggles, the movie ensured its place in history as a masterpiece of animation and a beacon of cinematic excellence. That Christmas stands as a luminous addition to the canon of holiday cinema, a film that marries the warmth of tradition with the boldness of modern storytelling. Its ability to balance humor, emotion, and visual splendor makes it a remarkable achievement, elevating it beyond a simple seasonal tale to something truly enduring. At its heart, the movie thrives on its core themes of connection, reconciliation, and hope, universal ideals that resonate deeply with audiences across generations and cultures. The movie's uniqueness begins with its richly drawn characters, each brought to life by a stellar voice cast whose performances imbue the story with authenticity and depth. From Brian Cox's heartfelt portrayal of Mr. Cavendish to Jodie Whittaker's nuanced take on Eleanor, every character adds a layer of complexity to the narrative. The central figure of Ruby, with her unyielding optimism and youthful sincerity, anchors the story and provides a beacon of hope that guides the audience through the film's emotional landscape. Simon Otto's direction shines throughout, blending masterful animation with a deeply human touch. His vision transforms Richard Curtis's original stories into a cinematic experience that feels both timeless and fresh. The stunning visual language, inspired by watercolor textures and accented with innovative animation techniques, creates a world that is both magical and grounded. The intricate snow sequences and the lantern-lit finale stand out as examples of how visual artistry can elevate storytelling, capturing moments of profound emotional resonance. The narrative itself defies the conventional boundaries of holiday films by embracing complexity without losing its charm. At its core, the film is a celebration of imperfect families, fractured communities, and the redemptive power of togetherness. The plot intertwines humor and poignancy with ease, offering light-hearted moments alongside introspective beats that explore grief, forgiveness, and personal growth. This balance ensures that the story resonates with both children and adults, making it a multi-generational experience that invites repeated viewings. Equally noteworthy is the film's ability to weave its themes seamlessly into the fabric of its storytelling. The metaphor of the lanterns, a recurring motif throughout the movie, encapsulates its central message of hope and unity. These small but powerful details enrich the narrative, offering layers of meaning that reward attentive viewers. The inclusion of diverse characters and perspectives further grounds the story in contemporary relevance, reflecting a world where community is strengthened by its differences. The technical achievements of the film are another aspect of its enduring appeal. From the meticulous animation to the stirring musical score, every element of production contributes to the film's immersive quality. The collaboration between Netflix Animation, Locksmith Animation, and DNEG Animation set a new benchmark for animated films, proving that technological innovation and artistic integrity can coexist harmoniously. The team's dedication to crafting a visually stunning and emotionally resonant story is evident in every frame. Beyond its artistic and technical merits, That Christmas leaves an indelible mark on its audience. It has become a cultural touchstone, celebrated not only as a holiday tradition, but as a story that transcends its seasonal setting. The film's release sparked meaningful conversations about family, community, and the enduring value of hope, solidifying its place as a modern classic. Its influence can be seen in the creative risks taken by subsequent animated films, as well as in its integration into holiday celebrations around the world. In its entirety, That Christmas is a testament to the power of storytelling. It reminds us that even in a world of challenges and discord, the simplest gestures of kindness and connection can spark profound change. The movie's lanterns, rising against a snowy sky, serve as a metaphor for its own legacy. A glowing light in the vast landscape of cinema, illuminating the path for stories yet to come. The director also uses light and color to convey emotional shifts within the narrative. Early scenes featuring Mr. Cavendish are bathed in cool, desaturated tones, reflecting his melancholic state. As he begins to reconnect with the community, his surroundings gradually become warmer and more vibrant, mirroring his emotional thaw. Similarly, Ruby's journey is marked by a progression from shadowed interiors to open, brightly lit spaces, symbolizing her growing confidence and the light she brings to those around her. The use of slow motion in pivotal moments heightens their emotional impact. In one unforgettable scene, Ruby slips on an icy patch during the parade and her lantern tumbles into the air. The world seems to pause as the camera focuses on her expression, a mixture of fear and determination. This brief suspension of time allows the audience to fully absorb the stakes of the moment, making her eventual recovery all the more triumphant. Such techniques showcase Otto's ability to manipulate pacing and rhythm to maximize emotional resonance. The film's climactic resolution, where the town gathers to light lanterns in honor of their shared hopes and dreams, is a visual and emotional crescendo. The scene employs wide shots to capture the collective awe of the crowd, interspersed with close-ups that highlight individual reactions. The interplay of scale and intimacy reflects the dual themes of community and personal growth, underscoring the idea that every individual contributes to the larger whole. The visual style of That Christmas is not merely a backdrop but an integral part of the storytelling. Every choice, from the color palette to the framing, serves to deepen the audience's connection to the characters and their journeys. By blending traditional techniques with cutting-edge technology, the film creates a world that feels both fantastical and achingly real. It is a testament to the power of animation as a medium and a reflection of Otto's ability to craft a cinematic experience that is as emotionally rich as it is visually stunning. The magic of That Christmas extended far beyond the screen, emanating from the vibrant chemistry between the cast and the collaborative spirit of the crew. The actors' voices, while never physically seen together in the animated medium, managed to create a sense of connection so palpable it felt as though they shared a stage. The richness of their interactions, combined with behind-the-scenes camaraderie and the audience's heartfelt responses, became an inseparable part of the movie's enduring charm. Brian Cox, lending his deep and resonant voice to Mr. Cavendish, brought an emotional gravitas to the character that grounded the story's fantastical elements. In interviews, Cox revealed how he approached the role with the mindset of portraying not just a grumpy old man but a complex individual grappling with profound loss. To prepare, he delved into the script with precision, working closely with the director Otto to uncover layers of vulnerability and humor within Cavendish's arc. Despite recording his lines separately from his co-stars, Cox's performance felt deeply entwined with theirs, a testament to the thoughtful direction and his innate ability to connect through tone and delivery. Fiona Shaw, as the sharp-tongued but secretly tender-hearted Mrs. Temple, brought her signature blend of wit and warmth to the film. Shaw's vocal performance was laced with a playful edge, giving Mrs. Temple an indomitable spirit that contrasted beautifully with her moments of quiet reflection. Shaw shared in interviews that she often imagined herself physically inhabiting the animated scenes, gesturing and moving as though she were on a live-action set, which helped infuse her voice with a kinetic energy. Her scenes opposite Jodie Whittaker's Eleanor brimmed with tension and reconciliation, even though the two actresses recorded their parts separately. Shaw joked that, despite never sharing a recording booth, their characters' on-screen relationship felt as authentic as any she had performed in person. Jodie Whittaker, in turn, described her portrayal of Eleanor as an emotional balancing act. Eleanor's journey from estrangement to reconciliation required Whittaker to tap into a wide range of emotions, from regret to hope, and her naturally expressive voice proved perfect for the task. In one interview, she mentioned the challenge of voicing a character with such a strong internal struggle while maintaining the buoyant tone of a holiday film. Her ability to convey Eleanor's layered complexity elevated the character, and her collaboration with Fiona Shaw, though indirect, sparked one of the movie's most touching dynamics. Ruby, the story's heart and soul, was voiced by an up-and-coming talent whose youthful enthusiasm shone through in every scene. The casting team spent months searching for the perfect voice to embody Ruby's innocence and determination. The actor, whose natural effervescence matched Ruby's personality, shared that stepping into the recording booth felt like entering Ruby's world. She worked extensively with Otto to fine-tune her delivery, ensuring that every line captured the character's optimism and vulnerability. Her scenes with Cox's Mr. Cavendish were particularly moving. Their voices, though never recorded together, harmonized in a way that felt like genuine conversation, a credit to the director's meticulous orchestration. Behind the scenes, The cast often remarked on the sense of camaraderie they felt despite the physical separation inherent to voice acting. Group Zoom calls became a lifeline during production, allowing the actors to discuss their characters and bounce ideas off one another. These virtual gatherings fostered a sense of unity that transcended the confines of their individual recording sessions. Simon Otto also encouraged the actors to ad-lib, leading to unexpected moments of humor and authenticity that found their way into the final cut. The creative team behind the film played a pivotal role in shaping its heartwarming tone. Otto's leadership style was one of inclusivity and collaboration, creating an environment where cast and crew felt empowered to contribute ideas. He frequently cited the input of the animators, who found ways to visually enhance the actors' performances. One memorable instance involved a scene where Mr. Cavendish hesitates before joining the town's lantern lighting. Cox's subtle inflection was so compelling that the animators decided to match it with an equally nuanced visual: a slight tremor in Cavendish's hand as he lights his lantern. This synergy between performance and animation became a hallmark of the film. The production was not